Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie. Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Aquarius. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading camera's in it for you. If you have Aquarius as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node sign. Quick shout out to my Patreon because this video was released early access on Patreon. So I do extended readings on Patreon where I'll pick 3 signs to do for the month. I'll pick whichever sign season it is, and then 2 other signs that do the best for the month ahead. So far we're going to do Scorpio and Virgo extendeds. I don't know who's going to be the third one yet. That depends on y'all, how much y'all watch the video. And then I also sometimes do early access whenever I'm in the mood. So subscribe for the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon if you want to see extended readings, early access readings, as well as exclusive readings that I don't post on YouTube at all, which a love reading is up on my Patreon right now, and those are usually exclusive every month. So with that being said, let's get into this reading. Let's see what's going on. Last month for October, it was a little heavy. It was about some changes, seeing a lot of like 999 necessary changes, undergoing a lot of spiritual transformations. So let's see if it checks out again or if we got something new. So here we go. Final verdict. Choose wisely. You're the problem. How many months in a row? We didn't get it like last month, I think, but like why? We're still getting you're the problem. Like this card was coming out for you guys. It came out like literally almost every other month or like twice in a row. It's back again. You're the problem. Final verdict, choose wisely. I literally remember telling y'all this like at the beginning of the year. I believe it was like around y'all's birthday when I was like, you're the problem and the solution, when I kept telling you guys that. But something that's happening right now, you are still the problem in the scenario as to why it's not working or why it's not changing or what. I don't know. But fixed signs, we're definitely in the spotlight. We're in control with the eclipses. However, you know, the Scorpio eclipse is going to be squaring Aquarius. Scorpio is a square to Leo and square to Aquarius. So you may find that you don't want to be the solution, even though you are the problem. So let's see where you are the problem at in your life right now and where you need to like finally make a decision. Are you going to stop making excuses or are you going to really do what you need to do? I don't really know what this is alluding to, but let's see. For Aquarius, where does Aquarius need to fix something or where they might be self-sabotaging or causing their own problems? Where's Aquarius need to acknowledge that they are the problem or they need to fix something? They miss you. Tell me more for Aquarius where they are the problem here. I don't say that to be like mean. It literally came out in y'all's cards. So I'm just saying it how it's written. Where is Aquarius the problem and the solution? So I'm going to tell y'all like I've been pretty much telling everybody. What I've been telling everybody, like literally the same self-sabotage, the same message has been coming out for everybody in different ways for Scorpio season. Like if you've been watching the other readings or you've watched for your other placements, you know I've been talking about temptation. Even in the eclipse reading I did, I was talking about temptation, right? Because Scorpio season is about temptation. Scorpio is the sign of persuasion and temptation and transformation and death and rebirth and what's beneath the surface, right? But it's very like alluring. It's very seductive. So there's going to be a lot of temptation to revert back to our old selves, to revert back to our old ways of thinking, our old ways of being, our old negative patterns with the Scorpio eclipse, Scorpio sun. It's going to be, I think, Scorpio, Venus, and Mercury maybe, all going to be conjunct the South Node. South Node is our comfort zone. South Node is things that we need to learn to put behind us in order to move forward, right? So I feel like it's saying final verdict, choose wisely. And I've been saying this to the other fixed signs as well, is that energetically something is not lining up with your words and your actions, right? You have liar. You have liar here. A lot of you are saying that you want one thing, but you don't show the universe that you want that thing, right? Or maybe you're not fully admitting to yourself what you want and you are just pushing it away. Self-sabotage, right? Or your actions show that you want it, but you don't want it. So like, for example, you could be dealing with a particular person that you don't want, but your actions are showing that you do want them. You want to continue messing around with this person because you're still talking to them. They still have access to you. You're still seeing them. So the universe is like, what do you really want? Or you're saying, oh, I really want to be in this position, this manager position, or I want to move somewhere else, or I want this new relationship, or I want these new friends, but you're not really doing anything to show for that. Like you're not, trying to talk to new people, or you're not trying to meet new people, or you're not trying to look at new jobs or new places to live. You're not putting yourself out there at all. So that's why the liar card is here, because in a sense, you may be lying to yourself, right? If you say that you're going to do something and you don't do it, well, what is that? That's a lie. You lied. Even if it was like you forgot or you didn't prioritize it, you still lied. Or you lied to the universe when you were like, okay, I'm going to really take care of myself now. I'm going to really start to step out my comfort zone and do more of this or that to aid to where I'm trying to be in my life, aid to my growth, and you're not doing it, right? Or you're having this idea, this plan in your mind of where you want to be, where you want to go, and then that temptation creeps in and it's like, no, stay right here. It's nice and comfortable here. Like go back to the ex. It's okay. That's comfortable. Don't go look for new friends. Let's go back to being by ourselves in our shell. No. This is not the time where you want to be moving back into comfort. This is the time to challenge comfort. Okay. Challenge comfort in a healthy way, because again, keep in mind, Scorpio energy deals with things that can be obsessive, things that can be unhealthy, especially when it's in the South Node. So dealing with those extremes, you want to find a balance and find more healthy ways to step outside of your comfort zone instead of like going to the extreme of like just throwing yourself out there. You want to do it in a way that is Taurian, which is the North Node, right? Taurus, more stable, more structured, more planned out, or more like patient, being patient with yourself. So it's not this all or nothing thing. It's, making this conscious decision. This is where I want to go. This is where I want to be in my life. And then having the actions align, right? Even in any relationship, you don't want a relationship where you say one thing or somebody says one thing and they don't do it, or they say one thing and they do another. That's very mixed signals. And the way our energy works with the universe in manifestation, if we say one thing and we act and do another, that is sending mixed signals energetically to the universe. So even though you may in your heart have a desire, if you are not actively showing that is what you desire, or you're not speaking it into existence, or you're not doing anything to even allow that to come towards you, you're too closed off somehow, or you're not open enough in some capacity, then it gives mixed signals to your angels, to your guides, to the universe. And so they can't really bring you what you want. The universe doesn't communicate with us like as if you and I are talking. It communicates with symbolism. And so your symbolism is off, It's trying to understand, it's trying to follow you, it's trying to give you what you're looking for, what you're asking for. But it's like you're self-sabotaging it because your words are not aligning with your actions, okay? So make sure that you're not going back into temptation where, okay, you make up your mind finally. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this or I want to do that. And then that temptation to do the opposite creeps in and you're like, And the temptation is your comfort zone, whatever draws you back. So that's what we're trying to all fight against, our own comfort zone, and saying, no, I'm going to stick to my word. I'm going to see this through. I'm going to make sure my words align with my actions, because then I will energetically be able to attract what it is I'm looking for, because I'm not only talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. I'm walk it like I talk it, So let's see. What other advice do we have for Aquarius? We have advice for Aquarius right now. Advice for Aquarius. Affair or third party. You have this is the one. You have life purpose. A lot of you are in this position where you need to really get real. Be ready to choose what it is that you really want. Like, do you want to keep dealing with mediocre things? Do you want to keep dealing with third party or situations where you're being pulled left and right and all over the world? This is a time where you can say, look, I'm ready to step into my life purpose. I'm ready to do things that only aid to my happiness, that only aid to my growth. And I'm ready to kind of live by that and show the universe that I mean business. Because again, just because you make up your mind and decide you want to do something does not mean that all of a sudden all temptation is gone, that all hardship is gone, that all struggle, all doubt, all fear just disappears, that there's no more tests, there's no more lessons just because you decide you're ready. No, that is when the tests start to flood. That is when the lessons start to come in. That is when we are really seeing if we're really determined to like fight through this and get through and stick to what we say we're going to stick to and be the person we want to be. So that is where the universe is like communicating with you to say, look, if you're not really where you want to be, if you're the problem in that because you're saying one thing and you're showing me another, I don't know what to give you. I don't know what you really want. And so therefore I can't deliver, because your actions, you're giving me mixed signals here. You're in a mixed signal relationship with the universe. Aquarius, that's what's happening. So like I tell multiple signs this. I'm like, if you say you want to meet new people, you're not going to meet them just sitting at home in a dark room. You have to actually try to go places or try to hang out with other people, try to, take yourself out more or do something that aids to that. It's not comfortable, obviously, because it's new, it's different. Nobody wants to do things that they don't necessarily want to do, but they know are good for them to do. And again, you can just take it a little bit at a time. As long as you're trying, that's all that matters. Okay. But a lot of you have been doing opposite of what you said you're going to do, which is why it's saying choose wisely. Choose very wisely right now, because you're going to get more of that. And I'm going to tell you about that from a human design standpoint shortly. So let's see what else is coming towards Aquarius right now. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node. Four of Cups. A lot of you are pushing away some stuff that's coming towards you. What's coming towards Aquarius at this time? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node. Eight of Wands. Things are going to be coming in fast or moving fast. This is like do or die type of energy I'm getting here. Tell me more about what's coming towards Aquarius. I do see a lot of happiness. I do. But it's more so about when you mentally choose happiness. Not necessarily just physically, but you make a commitment to yourself to stick to what you say you're going to do or how you're going to do it, or at least try. You make a commitment not to go backwards, at least, So anything else for Aquarius, coming towards Aquarius? So, yeah, you're almost to the end of, that feeling of this is just a lot. This is a lot to carry, but it should be more comfortable for you when you realize that you are in control of a lot of these circumstances. And I was kind of telling y'all that before. I was like, it's not about what happens around you all the time. It's about how you respond to it and how you choose to engage with it. So a lot of you just finding that clarity within yourself and making that decision like, okay, I'm not going to keep going backwards. I'm going to actually press forward. I'm going to actually close out cycles, or I'm going to move in a new direction, whatever the case may be. That's when you start to see, when you have those actions behind it and you're determined, that's when things really start to press forward and move. Because right now they might be a little bit at a halt or a standstill, or you're just at a halt and a standstill. And it's like you got to make these conscious decisions, like I got to shut some doors to open up some doors, or I got to make sure that I'm strong. Like I got to stay strong in my pursuit of happiness. I'm in the pursuit of happiness. So let's talk from a human design standpoint, right? Devil card in reverse. From a human design standpoint, generators. If you're a generator or a manifesting generator, Aquarius, whatever you respond to, that's what you're going to get more of. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. So especially as a manifesting generator, you can't say one thing and then respond to another. Like you can't say, oh, I want this, and then you respond to something completely different that is not even equivalent. Or you can't say, I don't want this, and then you're still responding to it. You're still interacting with things you don't want. You're still agreeing to things you don't want to do. It's like that is very much not using your manifesting abilities in a productive way. Same for you generators. Like if you always saying yes to people who don't excite you, things that don't excite you, and you're saying no to things that do excite you and are very promising, that is like way off. So it's like we need to get our energy back in alignment here. Projectors, same for you. If you're accepting invitations that don't align with you, that don't feel right, that are not reciprocated, guess what you're going to get? More of that from the universe. More of those unbalanced, unrequited type of invitations. Or if you reject invitations that, feel good because you're scared, because you're like, I don't know, then that's going to be where it's hard for you to get more of those as well. Or if you don't even put yourself out there to be invited at all, nobody knows you're there. You don't make it available, like you don't make it known somehow, or maybe you hide yourself in the background, and then people can't really invite you because they are assuming you don't want to go, or maybe they don't know you're there. So these are just things to consider. What other advice do we have for Aquarius right now? And for the other human design types, got the Lovers reverse, you got the Devil card reverse, you got Queen of Cups. What else do we have for Aquarius as advice? Why is the Lovers card and the Devil card reverse here? I feel like it's telling you to take some more time to figure out what or who it is you really want, so that you know, like, you're ready to deliver that, because this all this mixed signal stuff can't it just can't keep going. You have to choose wisely and maybe slow down a bit. Manifestors here, some of you may maybe some of you move very fast, especially manifestor and MG. You move very fast and you're like just thinking you always know what you want, or you're just saying yes to everything, yes. Or maybe you're saying no to everything. No. So it's like you have to sometimes really get clear. And going back to projector, you have to get clear what kind of invitations you want before you're invited, to see if those align with you. You have to know what you want before somebody can invite you, because it's not good for you to get invited and then be like, oh, this isn't exactly what I want. You got to know what you're really walking into here. And I think it's a matter of slowing down and making sure every single thing that comes towards you, you know exactly if it's like what you want before you just agree, or before you just shut it down. So this is kind of what I see in my head. You have Devil card reverse, you have Lovers card reverse, and then you have Two of Cups, which means there's going to be a lot more rejecting before you get to the yeses all the time. So a lot of you either you say yes to too many people, too many things, and not the right things, which means you have to say no more often. Or maybe you say no to everything. You got to get in the habit of saying yes more often. Either way it goes, you'll know which side of the spectrum you fall on. If you know that you tend to like reject things all the time, that means you need to open up more. Or if you're too open, that means that you need to be more selective and not, be more choosy, So like, same for you reflectors. Your environment, whoever you're around is very important, and you don't need to just be choosing people just because you want to feel seen or you want to feel like you're also invited and included. You got to get more selective. You and projectors got to get more selective with the right types of people, not just agreeing to everything. But again, it depends on what side of the spectrum y'all are falling on. Some of you, like I said, too much. You choose too much. Others of you choose too little. Others of you say you want one thing, the action don't show that. You say you don't want something, the action shows that you do. What is it? We need to get everything on the right page. Okay, a lot of you are giving just too many mixed signals to yourself, and energetically, that's not how the universe works. If you say you want one thing, you have to be open to that and reject things that aren't that. Okay. And be honest with yourself about what you want and not turn it down either. Okay. And that goes for everything: work, friends, fame, fortune, social media, careers. I don't care what it is. It has to align. Make sure your words align with your actions, period. That's the message for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know down in the comments down below. Again, subscribe to the Patreon so you could be the first to see early access content as well as extended readings that I only post. Those are exclusive extended. Thank you so much, Aquarii. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so the channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.